Behind me is the HQ of Parlee, and inside this unassuming building, they make super high-end carbon fibre bicycles, which can cost as much as $25,000. But how and why can a bicycle cost that much? Well, we're going to go inside and show you, and I'm even going to have a go at making one of them myself. Although, spoiler alert, I don't think the one that I make is going to be worth that much. Before we even get inside, the first thing you need to know is that we're in Beverly, which is a town in Massachusetts. And this is pretty unique because most bike manufacturing is based in Asia, and being based here certainly contributes to the high price tag on Parlee's top-end offerings. But it's pretty special because not many things can lay claim to being handmade in the USA. The history of Parlee and how it came to be is really interesting. So it's founded by Bob and Isabel Parlee in 2000. Bob was a keen cyclist, but his professional background had actually been in making high-performance boats, such as those used in the America's Cup. The bike industry was only just getting to grips with carbon fibre, but Bob Parlee had over 20 years' experience with the stuff. And as a keen cyclist, he had a carbon fibre bike, but he thought the ride quality of it was pants and that he could do better. Now, vibration dampening is hugely important in the design of performance boats, so he decided to apply what he knew from that into bikes and do his own. And Parlee Cycles was born. And the result was this, which is their first prototype of the Z1, or Z1 if you're from England, which was a fully customizable carbon monocoque frame that was under 800 grams, which was really light for the time. And we've got another really cool thing to show you here. So this actually isn't a look bike. Oh no. This was one of Tyler Hamilton's bikes that he used to ride in the Giro d'Italia to second place in the GC, also rode it in the Tour de France. It's actually a Parlee. Not a look. And that all led to this, the Z0, or Z0 if you're from America. It's a fully customizable carbon bike. And if you're, well, lucky enough to be in the market for one of these, and I say lucky enough not just because of the price, but because the factory here is small and they aren't able to make many of them, there is a waiting list. But it all starts with a bike fit. And so what you're getting here is something that's completely customizable in terms of geometry, like a bespoke suit, but also the carbon layup. We've visited loads of factories over the years, but what really separates out Parlee for me is the way in which they obsess in all their models over intricate and complicated carbon layups that maximize ride quality and minimize vibration. Smooth is fast. One of the reasons why I really wanted to come here and show it to you is because one of my favourite bikes that I've ever owned was actually a Parlee. I've got a picture of it here. So I had this 10 years ago, and it was a Parlee ESX. They don't make that model anymore, but it was an aero bike. And, well, at a time 10 years ago, like, aero bikes were usually bone shakers. But this thing really ironed out the road. I absolutely loved it. And talking of the carbon layup, it happens over here. So the layup process all happens here in this workshop. And as promised, I'm going to give it a go myself. But the first step is to take some pre-preg carbon out of this fridge freezer. And if you've seen videos that we've done before on how carbon bikes are made, This is really common that the, well, pre-preg carbon with the resin in it is kept in a freezer because it has a shelf life. And before it's been baked and cured, it needs to be kept in here so that it doesn't become brittle and, well, go off, basically. Kind of a bit like food. I'm joined by Lyndall, who's a fabrication manager here at Parlee. And, well, I want to know a bit more about the different carbon that you've got here and how you use it in order to tune the ride characteristics of a frame.
Yeah, of course. We actually have 3 different types of carbon fiber here in the building, and we use that in different directions to tune the ride, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a completely stiff ride, a little bit more compliant, a little more torsional strength, a little more compliance and soft, a softer ride.
Yeah. So if I wanted a bike with, say, like that was, yeah, just gonna iron out the road, a lot of vibration dampening, like maximum vibration dampening.
Yeah.
How do we go about that with this?
We'll do a lot of like 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, instead of our incredibly stiff 0-degree fibers.
Yeah.
The stiff fibers will create that very stiff and power-driven ride that many racers want.
Yeah.
More of our comfort riders will want more carbon like this.
Well, I guess the next step, when you've got the pre-preg out, profile it, cut it into the swatch shapes, and then we lay it up.
We can cut probably 3 to 6 tubes at a time on that machine, just by orienting the carbon in the correct way. And then we move right over into mold making, or tube making.
So, can I have a go at laying up some carbon into a mold?
Absolutely.
Right. So we're making a stay.
We're making a top tube.
A top tube.
We're making a top
Good
tube.
start.
Each piece is going to be in the same shape. We are going to put the pieces together in a very structured pattern so that we have a nice overlap when we start to roll it and actually put it in the mold. These 2 have the same angle. Mm-hmm. We need to put them together in an equal distance across the whole carbon. Do you want to do one?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
This is, hang on.
This is hot, yeah.
So the other thing, this table's really warm to keep the pre-preg malleable, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Oh, God. Have I done that wrong?
Only a little. Very close.
Well, I don't know. How's that?
It's not bad.
Yeah, yours is better, yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Why not make a frame just purely out of the 3K carbon?
It would be ridiculously heavy.
Right.
And it would probably be a very stiff and absorb almost nothing road quality into the bike. I mean, you would feel every little thing.
What's next?
All right, this can come off the table. We have to do it again.
It's harder than it looks, like that.
It's a perfect gap.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, too late, you have to do it.
Oh, it's tearing it. It's bloody ruined it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, that's that.
Oh, brilliant. There you go. All right, we'll have another go. My hand's shaking now.
This is much better. This is perfect. So now, this one. This is also sort of difficult.
Oh, God. I feel like I'm going to mess this up. Oh,
It's all a game to figure out what temperature it peels best at, what temperature is best to put it in the mold, what temperature is best to actually roll the tube. Just a little little step down. Yep, that's a good size. That was good.
Ruined it. Look at that. Rubbish. Oh, this one's better to get off.
Nice. This looks good. Nice.
Right. So just roll this back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awesome. So now we're gonna cool it off a little bit to help us get into the mold.
Right.
So we're gonna take a quick hiatus while we let it cool off.
That was tricky. And Lyndall says that the top tube is the easiest component to make. And the reason why I wanted to show you my ham-fisted attempt at trying to lay this up is for a good reason. And that's because that's a misconception in the bike industry, that all carbon frames are equal. And having visited lots of carbon fibre factories, that's something that's not, well, it's very apparent that that is not the case to me. And the way I would describe it to people is that it's a bit like cooking. You could have the same ingredients, right? And you could give them to two different chefs. If one of them was a chef from McDonald's and the others had a Michelin star, then the end result you'd get would be, well, it would speak for itself. It'd be incredibly different. And bikes are very similar. Rommel, who's the master frame builder here, has been doing this for 19 years.
All right, that's been in there for 10 minutes, so we're ready to put it in the mold.
Right, how do we do that?
You gotta take it off this.
Like, just...
Yep, just pull. There we go.
Okay. Oh, it's firmed up, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's clean on the inside, it's clean on the outside.
Ish.
Yeah, so every time we're putting something in the mold, we're trying to cover up the seam line. We want it to look like a completely cohesive frame.
Yep, so where are we going?
You're gonna try to aim to get, but you want this edge to be lined up with this edge. You want to press it down too. Just like that.
We're in?
We're in.
Okay.
And you made a top tube.
Well, don't count your chickens.
Measure out how long it needs to be. Cut it to size.
So this is latex bladder.
Yes.
And that's going to be filled with air?
It is.
So this is so that when it's in the mold, it pushes the air out and it creates that internal pressure to push the walls
exactly
out. Like that? Is that?
Yep. You want it to sit right in there. All right.
Lift this.
Lift and flip.
Okay.
Lift. And grab that other. So we want to go straight down. So lift that guy up. We're going to go straight down. And squeeze. Nice. Yeah.
So then this goes in the oven and we bake it.
Yep. So same time.
Yep.
It's gonna start going up.
Is that, do I stop?
We're gonna open the tank.
Yep.
And then it's nozzle number 3. Would you like to do it or you me to?
You can,
I'll do this one.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a little noise as it sets.
This top tube goes wrong. That's why.
I touched it last.
Yeah.
There it is. Now we're done.
Flame on.
Yeah.
So once the pre-preg components have been baked, they're then taken into this workshop where they're assembled. There's a bike fitting, or well, a bike assembly jig there to which the parts can be attached. And the custom geometry can there be set. The parts can be cut to the appropriate length, and then they're bonded together. And then there's the surface finishing that happens to the frame after that to either prep it for painting, or if it's going to have a bare carbon finish, just the removal of all the excess little bits that have come out from the moulding process. The other thing that's a very important step that we have in here is various lathes, drills, and milling machines. And these are used to mainly prep the frame for the hardware that's fitted to it. So things such as bottle cage, bolt mounts, and bottom brackets, and flat mount for disc brakes. So making sure that the threads are in there so that you can attach those particular items to the frame. So this is proper cool, but Rommel behind me is just assembling a Z0 frame, completely custom. You know, you can see, just well, looking at the frame, I can see to my eye that the geometry of that is very specific for the customer that's bought it. The top tube's quite a short top tube. Another really cool detail that I can see is on the spec sheet that's got all the measurements bespoke for this particular frame. It also says in big writing, English. And I asked what that meant, and it's because this customer has spec that they want an English threaded bottom bracket in that frame. So it's getting one of these. So this is a titanium sleeve that they make that goes inside there. So great. I mean, I love a threaded bottom bracket. In addition to the bespoke offerings, Parlee also offers some more affordable off-the-peg options, although these are made in a factory in Portugal. So they've got the Ollie, all-road bike, which is a road bike with loads of tyre clearance, and also a dedicated gravel bike, the Taos. Now, this is the Ollie, and I love the logos on it here, how they're on there, and then the little one on the back. It looks really smart. But the quality of these carbon frames is superb, and I can say that because I can see it, because the standard finish that's available on these is the bare carbon as it comes out of the mould, which is something that not many brands would be able to do, because it shows bare any imperfections or voids in the frame, if there are any, and they can't be covered up by paint. And, well, I mean, there aren't any. It's great. But the off-the-peg models are still available with custom paint. So we're going to go downstairs because that's where the magic happens. Who doesn't love custom paint? So we're going to head downstairs to the paint shop. And the crazy thing is that Parlee's only a small company. It only has 15 employees, and many of them have been here a very long time. And I just found out that their master painter, Cody, actually painted my bike 10 years ago. How cool is that? Shake your hand, man.
Nice to meet you.
It's cool. I just never thought I'd get to shake the hand of the guy that painted my bike 10 years ago. It's just nuts,
yeah.
But I'm gonna let you crack on and do your thing. And I want, do some cool painting. Now, officially, Parlee offers 3 levels of custom paint, but the sky really is the limit. And the options available are just incredible. So if you go for the sort of highest level, that involves an extensive consultation with, painter and designer to get exactly what it is that you might want. And they've told me that, some paint jobs have cost over $6,500. So, yeah, pretty amazing. But, with that, you can have full, customized graphics, intricate color patterns, whatever colours or whatever you want. Your imagination is really the limit here. But it's just amazing watching an artisan at work. It's proper cool. I wish I could paint that good. Some of the custom paint jobs they got down there are just absolutely insane. This one caught my eye. It's beautiful. So this is a Z0. And it's got this amazing gradient effect going on it. It looks amazing, but then it fades into just pure gloss black that just shows the carbon weave on the lugged points of the frame. It's just mega. And in terms of, then the components that you then fit on the frame to finish the build, once again, sky's the limit. It's whatever your budget will stretch to. This one, full jaw ace, DI2. Right, cooking time's done. Want to see my top tube that I've made?
All right, and let's drop it. Perfect. All right, and then we'll back it up just a smidgen. This. Make it easier on us. In there or there, or just, you can probably do both. Yeah. All right, and then the other side too. And a couple over here. All right, it's all loosened up. Perfect. So we're just gonna lift straight up.
Oh, wow.
The big reveal. So we can take that out.
Pull out the bladder.
Perfect. There you go.
Cool.
And you can take this and just kind of
crowbar it out.
Crowbar it out. I'll let you do it.
Thanks.
You can go this way a little, and then from here. Boom.
I mean, it felt like I was going to break it.
Very durable.
Wow. So here's my top sheet. I tell you what's amazing, how many layers we had in that, how thin it's become.
Yes. Yeah, the pressure, it pushes out a lot of, you can see the resin that's pushed out that it didn't need here.
Wow.
And that accounts for a lot of the extra thickness when we put it in.
That's amazing. Right, come on. I want honest reaction.
All right. Let's see.
Marks out of 10.
Marks out of 10.
Yeah.
Very clean on the inside. The outside is pretty smooth. I don't see anything on the top and bottom surface. There's a little carbon here that we try to avoid.
Right.
And it looks like you can't really tell where your seam line is, so that's good. 8.2.
8.2. I'll take that. I'll take that. I thought it was going to be like a 1 out of 10. One of the really cool things about Parlee that I didn't realise prior to coming here is how small they are. As I mentioned, just 15 employees. But the other surprising thing for me is just how long many of them have been working for the company. What they've built here is something really special. Sadly, following a battle with cancer, Bob Parlee died just before we came out here to make this video. But his legacy remains. Parlee's future is exciting. They're still going to be based here in Massachusetts, and they've got 2 new models that are out. And if you're lucky enough to be in the market for a fully customised, hand-built in the USA carbon frame, then what they offer is pretty unique. The guys have kindly built this layup for me, their new all-road bike, and I'm going to borrow it and go take it for a spin. But if you've enjoyed this look inside, well, what is a really unique brand and a smaller bike brand within cycling, then please give it a thumbs up, as all your support really helps the channel. I'm going to go now, but love you. Bye. Big thanks to Parlee as well. Right.